Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing part 3 of freshwater mussels, catch, clean, and cook. Now I'm fixing to put them in the pressure cooker. We done got them cleaned up and everything on the last video. But we got a pretty good pot of mussels there. Now what I'm going to do is barely cover them with water. And pressure cook them for about 10 minutes with 10 pounds of pressure on them. And make them good and tender. And then we'll put them in the milk. Once they get done here, we'll put them in the milk and I'll show you the rest of that. Alright, y'all stay tuned. Thanks for watching the videos. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Got them mussels in the pressure cooker. She just started jiggling. So I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes, which I just did that. And meanwhile, I'm going to be cleaning the taters. Now I got a little few taters in there. I'm going to cut them up in little small chunks. And I'll show y'all that whenever I start cutting them up and everything. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. See how small we cut them? Just in little squares. Cut them into French fries and then cut them down. And good little chunks, but not too big. Because you got to cook everything real slow. Once we get them out of the pressure cooker, once you put them in that milk, you cannot burn that milk. It'll curdle up on you and you'll throw the whole pot out. But I'll show y'all how to keep her slow and constantly stirred. And I'll get back to cutting these taters up. I still got a few more to cut up down there. So I'm going to do that while we got that 10 minutes going on the cooker. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as I showed y'all the potatoes was done, I just opened a can of corn. Whole kernel. I'm going to drain that, get the juice off of it before I pour them in the pot with potatoes. It just adds more substance instead of just eating pure mussels. I'm going to dump this in there. I may put one more can, I ain't sure yet. But that's starting to take shape. Got my potatoes and corn in there. Then there'll be the mussels. And then the milk. But once I put that milk in there, I got to cook it real slow then. I'll show you guys. Keep watching. Pressure cooker cooling off. It's going down now. It's done been in there 10 minutes, so I'm just waiting on it to stop jiggling where I can take those out. And then I'll show you all the rest of the video once I get it edited and everything. And I'll show you all the rest of the process. Appreciate y'all watching my channel. Y'all tell your friends about it and see if we can't get these numbers up. We climbing slow, but we steady climbing. But see if we can't get her done where I can get monetized finally. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're done pressure cooking them, these mussels. So now what we have to do is cool them off before we put that milk in that pot with these. I'm not cooking all of these because I'm going to take probably 2 or 3 cups out and put them in the other pot and cook them for dinner tonight. But the rest of them I'll cool off and put in Ziplocs and put them in the freezer. But you got to do this or you'll scorch the milk and you'll cool them off first. And it also gives them another washing. Oh, moly, some stuck to the pot. Wasn't expecting that. Well, it ain't stuck that bad. Like I was telling y'all, it is a process to do them and get them right. You can eat them. I mean, you can eat them just like this, or right off of the river, but like I said, they're going to be a lot tougher. Let's stick this somewhere out the way for a minute. And I'll come back and get that cold water running through these. Everything fell out. Oh, good. Ooh, that's hot. But you got to have everything cold whenever you put them in this pot here. With the taters and corn and stuff, you got to have everything cold. That way it don't curdle the milk too quick. But these things just come out that pressure cooker and they are hot. Stir them up. Ow! Yeah, they're really hot. The water hadn't got all the way through them yet. There we go. And this also rinses them off any other junk that come out of them. And it rinses all that stuff out and through the colander down the drain. And so you can eat them. Oh yeah. They just don't have any flavor yet. Wait till I get them in that pot there and throw that milk and butter and pepper and salt and stuff to it. That'd be some good eating. Yeah, that'll make probably at least 6 meals probably. Even after what I do with the night. Alright, those are cooled off. Let them sit there and drain for a second. And I'll get my measuring cup. Which I'm going to have to move the camera because it's right in my cupboard. I don't know why I'm doing the measuring. I don't know why I'm doing the measuring cup. I just figured, see how many's in there. A couple of cups. That's a lot of mussels. Yeah, I'll get them. I'll fill this up so it's probably about 3 cups. Yeah, y'all see that? It's probably about 3 cups because 2's right here. And the rest of it don't have the markings. We'll dump them right on in there. And while this is cooking, which I may have my boy do it, since I got to stir this stuff here real slow and keep it stirred. I'll go ahead and put it on the stove over here. Move this back to the sink. Well, I can take care of that later. Let's see if I can get over here with the camera. Set this tripod. I got it on the tripod. So I don't know if we're going to be able to see in the pot or not. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and stir them up a little bit right now. Get them all through to get the corn and everything mixed up real good. There we go. That's a good consistency. That way everybody gets a spoonful, gets at least one mussel on there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and salt it and pepper it before I pour the milk. That way it'll get stirred up good. That ought to be good. I dumped the black pepper to it. Y'all see that? I love my black pepper. It's good in any oyster stew or this kind of stew. Alright, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn this fire on no more than 4. It's an electric stove, so I don't want it higher than 4. Now I get my milk out. And I think I got a couple of minutes while I'm waiting on this to heat up just a little bit. Just fill it full of milk. Well, I didn't put my butter in there yet either. I'll get to the butter. You got to have butter. But fill that pot right on up. Over all the critters and potatoes and corn. It's going to take that a while to get warmed up on 4, so I got plenty of time. I'll take this spoon, bigger spoon here. Throw me a bunch of butter in there. Well, I didn't mean for that to splash all over my stove. And one more chunk. One more big enough to do it. I can about taste that stuff already. Now I'll get the rest of that off the spoon when I stir that in a little bit. Once it starts warming up. And that's all there is to it. You just stir and stir and stir what there. And warm it up real slow, like I said. Do not, under any circumstance, scorch that milk. If you turn that fire too high, it will scorch it. Then you got to throw the whole pot out because it'll curdle that milk. And that's all there is to it, y'all. As soon as get this camera up here where I can look at it. As soon as I get it done, I'll have some people over to test it and see what they think about it. But I love it. Another boy I'm trying to get to come over, he done tried it before too, and he loved it. He thought it was awesome, which it is. But alright, I'll just keep on videoing till we get to the end here. I'll show y'all how much to stir it and everything, and do not let that stuff burn. I cannot stress that enough. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's starting to get warmed a little bit. See how that butter separates whenever I stir it up. You get a bowl full of that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't feel nothing sticking on the bottom. You don't want anything to stick on the bottom. That's why you feel all the way to the bottom when you're stirring it. Just cook it real slow. It may take a little longer, but it's worth it in the long run. That I guarantee. Don't that look good? You got corn, mussels, potatoes, and all that good stuff up in there. You've got to constantly stir this stuff, especially once that froth starts coming up to the top. Just constantly stir it. Don't let it sit over 2 or 3 minutes before stirring it again. The only thing we're trying to get done now is them potatoes. Everything else is already cooked. And more stirring. See, steam's starting to come off the top of it now. Ooh, that looking good. It's smelling good too. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Man, I tell y'all what. We had smell-o-vision up in here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are done. It took us long enough, over an hour, to get these taters done. I done tried them, so I put a fork in them. But look how good that looks. Oh my goodness. And if you could smell it. I don't know if I can get a piece up there close enough for y'all to smell it or not. I could be getting juice all over the place. Look at that stuff. Oh my God, don't that look good. So the only thing left to do is taste test it as soon as my company gets here. Once they get here, we'll fix us a bowl up and let them tell y'all how it is, because I already know. Man, that's some good looking stuff right there. See if I can zoom in on it a little bit, if I can find the zoom button. Well, it ain't gonna zoom the right way. Let's see if I can get a close-up of it. See that butter on the top? The butter always comes to the top. That's why I won't use this spoon here to dip my stuff out, because I want some of that butter along with everything else in there. But look how good that looks. And smell it. I wish y'all could smell it. See, that's plenty of substance right there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I fixed my boy up over where to start cooling off. But look at all the muscles in there. He got plenty of muscles to corn and potato ratio. I think there's more muscles in there than anything. Don't that look good? I'm gonna fix me a bowl here shortly to start cooling off, but I really want to wait on my company to get here where they can tell you how good it is. How you like that, William?
Oh man. Oh man. It's good.
Clean them out good enough? Don't feel no grit or nothing?
None whatsoever.
Good.
Good salt.
It tastes like oyster stew, don't it?
Yeah. Or more like clam chowder.
Yeah. See there, folks, as long as y'all clean them out real good and do it the way I showed you.
Nothing wrong with these.
Slow cooking and the milk. Don't curdle that milk. Whatever you do, don't curdle that milk.
Because it'll taste burnt.
It will be burnt. You throw the whole pot out. Because it's like soured milk. And you won't eat it. He getting down with it, y'all. Check that out.
It's going to be a second bowl here in just a second, folks.
Does some good stuff. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching my videos. And we'll keep them coming. Much as we can. Y'all have a good one and tell somebody you love them. We'll see y'all on the next video.